Are you tired of chasing the next hot stock? Are you overwhelmed by the flood of market noise, YouTube talking heads, and endless predictions about where the market is headed? Let me give it to you straight. Great investors don't chase, they build. They build an investment process, a repeatable, disciplined framework that guides every decision. And that's what this video is all about. Hello, fellow compounders. I'm Dennis Chen, a former hedge fund manager, CFA charter holder, and the host of the Always Be Compounding Club. If you're serious about growing your wealth over the long term, consider joining our online community, where we delve deeper into strategies like this one. Let's talk about how you can develop your own investment process that works. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not your financial advisor, and you are responsible for your own financial decisions. Segment 1. Why process beats prediction. Think of investing like playing blackjack with a basic strategy card in hand. You're not trying to count cards or guess what the dealer has. You're following a set of mathematically sound decisions designed to tilt the odds slightly in your favor over time. The best blackjack players don't win every hand. They stick to their strategy hand after hand, knowing that over many rounds, their consistent process leads to better outcomes. It's the same with investing. You're not trying to guess what the market will do tomorrow. You're sticking to a process that gives you the best shot of long-term success. You win some, lose some, but over time, that discipline pays off. By the way, remember that playing blackjack is not investing. So don't go to Vegas and play blackjack thinking that you're investing. This was only an analogy. You don't have any edge in blackjack. The casino has the odds in its favor, no matter what strategy you use. However, in the stock market, the underlying businesses, on average, should make profit. Thus, over time, their stocks should increase in value. So the odds in the stock market should be in your favor over time. Most investors fail not because they choose the wrong stocks, but because they don't have a process. They react instead of plan. They follow the hype instead of logic. They confuse noise for insight. Having a process removes emotion from the equation. It creates consistency. It gives you a roadmap you can follow in bull markets, bear markets, and even in between. Think about it this way. You wouldn't drive across the country without a GPS. So why would you invest your life savings without a plan? Segment 2. 5 proven investment processes. Let's break down 5 common investment processes that successful investors use. These aren't cookie cutter. You can blend them or modify them to fit your own goals. Number 1, passive index investing. This strategy centers around buying broad market, low-cost index funds that track benchmarks like the S&P 500, total stock market, or global indexes. The philosophy assumes markets are generally efficient, meaning that it's difficult to consistently beat them. The goal is to participate in the overall market growth, minimize cost, and avoid unnecessary trading. Supported by decades of research from scholars like Eugene Fama and endorsed by investors like Jack Bogle, the guy from Vanguard, passive index investing is best suited for investors who value simplicity, consistency, and hands-off wealth accumulation. Number 2, value investing. This approach involves identifying companies trading for less than their intrinsic worth, often due to temporary challenges or market overreactions. Value investors analyze balance sheets, earnings power, and business fundamentals to uncover hidden gems. The key principles include a margin of safety and a long-term perspective. This strategy emphasizes buying dollar bills for 50 cents and holding until the market recognizes their true value. Famous practitioners include Warren Buffett, Ben Graham, and Seth Klarman. Number 3, growth investing. Growth investors seek companies with strong potential to expand earnings, revenue, or market share at an above average rate. These businesses often reinvest profits to fuel future growth and may trade at higher valuations. The strategy favors innovation, disruption, and scalable business models. It's about finding the next big winners before the rest of the market does. Legendary growth investors include Peter Lynch, who popularized the buy what you know philosophy, and Tom Lee, known for his thematic market calls. Number 4, dividend growth investing. This is one of my favorites. It focuses on companies with proven track records of paying and consistently increasing dividends year after year. These businesses tend to be mature, financially sound, and generate reliable cash flow. Investors benefit from compounding income, reinvested dividends, and potential capital appreciation. This strategy is often used by those seeking both growth and income with lower volatility. Examples include companies on the Dividend Aristocrats and Dividend Kings list. Number 5, the core satellite approach. Core satellite investing combines the stability of passive investing with the flexibility of active management. The core is made up usually of broad index funds. Think S&P 500, total bond market, and global ETFs. While the satellite component of the portfolio includes more targeted bets, like individual stocks, sector funds, themes like AI or clean energy, as an example. This strategy gives investors the best of both worlds: dependable market exposure with room to express personal insight. It works well for those who want to stay mostly passive but still enjoy research and conviction plays. Each of these can work. What matters is discipline and fit. Pick one or a blend that suits your temperament, time horizons, and goals. And here's the kicker: you don't need to reinvent the wheel. The most successful investors didn't find a magic formula overnight. They committed to a strategy and refined it over time. They stuck to their framework through volatility and learned from every cycle. Whether you're a passive investor who loves the simplicity of index funds or someone intrigued by dividend growth or value opportunities, the key is consistency. Jumping between styles based on headlines is a recipe for underperformance. One more thing: your strategy should align with your life. If you don't have time to analyze earnings reports, maybe passive or core satellite investing is a better fit. If you love digging into financials and understanding business models, value or growth strategies might excite you more. The point is, build your process around your personality and your plan. That's the only way you'll stick with it for the long haul. By the way, if you'd like to take a deeper dive into the strategies mentioned, join our online community where you'll find exclusive videos reviewing the strategies and answering questions. Segment 3, step-by-step guide to building your own investment process. Now, let me walk you through a 7-step framework to design your own repeatable process. Step 1, define your objective. Ask yourself, are you investing for early retirement, generating income, building generational wealth? Here's an example of an objective. I want to grow my portfolio by 7% real annual returns over the next 20 years. Step 2, clarify your time horizon and risk tolerance. Are you investing for 3 years, 10 years, or 30 years? Can you stomach a 30% drawdown? Be honest with yourself. Step 3, choose your investment philosophy. Value, growth, dividend, passive index. Do you believe in market efficiency, or do you think you can find inefficiencies? Your philosophy is the lens through which you evaluate every opportunity. Step 4, define your universe. What kinds of assets will you invest in? US equities only? Global stocks? ETFs? Real estate? Bonds? Avoid the trap of chasing everything. Step 5, build your selection criteria. For value, you might use PE ratios and free cash flow yield. For growth, you might use revenue growth, total addressable market. For dividends, you probably look at payout ratios, dividend streak, and yield. For ETFs, you might look at expense ratios, tracking error, and composition. Write down your rules. Step 6, create a monitoring schedule. When will you review your positions? Monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually? Avoid it checking daily. That invites emotion. Step 7, pre-commit to your sell discipline. When do you exit? Is it based on valuation? It's when the thesis is broken? Are you rebalancing? No great investor operates without a sell discipline. Segment 4, common pitfalls to avoid. Let me quickly go over some landmines. Style drift, jumping between strategies when things don't work immediately. Overtrading, confusing action with progress. Neglecting taxes. Remember asset location and capital gains. Confirmation bias, only seeking information that agrees with you. No post-mortems. If your pick goes wrong, learn from it. Don't just move on. Segment 5, the real edge is discipline. The truth, there's no perfect process, but there is one edge available to every investor: discipline. Brookfield CEO Bruce Flatt often says that investing is simple in theory, but it requires patience and resilience to execute. The best firms don't just buy great assets. They follow a repeatable playbook that compounds results over decades. And that's what you want to build for yourself. It's not about predicting the next Apple or Nvidia. It's about building a system you trust enough to stick with through booms and busts. If this video helped you shift your mindset from stock picking to process building, hit that like button and share it with a fellow investor. And if you're ready to go deeper, join the Always Be Compounding Club, where we help do-it-yourself investors like you implement long-term strategies with confidence and support. Remember, the key to building wealth is to always be compounding. See you in the next video. Take care.